Tonight, the Six Nations Chiefs have a chance at finishing the story. After dropping Game 1 of the Mann Cup to Victoria, the Chiefs have won 3 straight thanks to timely scoring and stifling defense and goaltending. The Shamrocks have young legs, though, and are poised at extending the series. The Mann Cup is in the building, but will it be presented? Chiefs, Shamrocks, Game 5 starts right now.
Once again, let's hear it for Mr. Pat Montberry and Mr. Dave Jordan, Team Six Nations Originals. And now, please welcome Cam Hill, Norman Cook, and the Six Nations Smoke Dancers. Once again, Norman Cook, Cam Hill, and the Six Nations Smoke Dancers.
Welcome inside the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena here in Six Nations. Game number 5 of the Mann Cup. Mark Perry, Pat Gregoire upstairs. Daryl Smart will be floor side with interviews during the intermissions. It is crunch time for the Victoria Shamrocks on the brink of elimination. The Six Nations Chiefs looking to repeat as Mann Cup champions here tonight.
Mann Cup in the building, but that does not mean that we're handing out the hardware for sure. We know Victoria, they've been able to start on time over the last couple of games. They've come out with a strong effort. They've used their transition. It has just been the second period that has been their Achilles heel, especially last night. 8-2. They were outscored in that second frame. They won the first and ended up winning the third period as well. Pretty much all they need to do is make sure that second frame is not abysmal, and they should be able to stay within this game.
Chris Origlieri will get the start for the Victoria Shamrocks, the member of the San Diego Seals. The other way, the Chiefs will turn it right back on over to Doug Jamieson with that 548 goals against. The Wrigley area, 743 goals against, had save percentage at 775. He's been pulled a couple of times in this series, but overall, he is impressed.
He certainly has, and it's remarkable to see these two goalies, two of the best goalies that we've seen come out of the Ontario Junior A Lacrosse League, going head-to-head at the Mann Cup.
Here comes Malcolm right down the hop, tends a shot on goal. 9 seconds in, and Dougie Jamieson was there. Early chance there for the Rocks. That's how you get started.
We've seen that a few times now off the set piece for the Shamrocks. Will Malcolm try to go 5-hole. There's nothing coming of it as Doug Jamieson makes the first save of the game.
The Wrigley area will outlet this. A couple of line changes we'll note in just a moment. Phillips there on the floor. He'll leave it there for Peterson. Peterson had himself quite the game in game number 4. A hat trick and a helper to go along with it. Jesse King gets around his man, takes a shot, rips it wide. Wardle had that stick knocked out of his hand. He is one of the 4 additions between yesterday and today for the Victoria Shamrocks. Cole Pickup, Patrick Dodds, and Liam Phillips also back in the lineup here tonight. Another returnee is Cody Jamieson for the Six Nations Chiefs. He goes to his belly and sends it into the corner.
I think one player that Victoria fans were hoping to see in the lineup here tonight was Marshall King. Unfortunately, we are getting word that he's going to be done for the series. Broke his hand in game number 4 late in the 3rd period. Unfortunate for him. He was having such a unbelievable series.
I mean, 6 goals in game 1. There's a shot right into the screen and out of play. Was the catalyst for the Shamrocks in that game 1 victory. Since then, it has been all Chiefs when it comes to getting victories. Here's Wardle, or rather Dodds with a shot. Goes off the arm. Gauthier will pick it right back up. Fresh 30 to work with. King in the far corner. Cuts up to the front. Gets it inside, trying to find Will Malcolm, but Malcolm couldn't get it cleanly.
Nice 2-man game there. Just King got to get that up a little bit higher for Malcolm to retrieve. A little bit of a low pass, but solid offensive set for them there, although they're not coming away with a goal.
Randy Stotts gets it over for Eli McLaughlin. Back to Stotts. Takes a look, takes a shot. It goes off the arm, and rather that was Dane Smith with that opportunity. Stotts is in the corner now. A whole lot of real estate. That goes into the corner. A whole lot of bodies on the floor there from Six Nations with a whole lot of accolades to go along with them. They want to add another accolade to their resumes here tonight. Victoria looking to extend the series. Dodds takes a look, takes a shot, he scores. 3 minutes in, and Victoria takes the lead. It's 1-0.
Welcome back into the lineup, Patrick Dodds. Haven't seen him in a few games as he was one of the players that came out when we saw those 2 new players added in, and this is a great shot right over that shoulder. Will get an even better angle through a couple of defenders. Patrick Dodds, no shortage of skill. Just one knock on his game, a little disengaged when it comes to physicality. He doesn't have to worry about that. That's a spot-up shot, a goal scorer's goal.
Got it over that shoulder as Dougie was dipping down a little bit. And they strike first here in game 5. Inside, shot there from Randy Stotts. It's going to go wide. Up the floor come the Shamrocks. Preston's going to leave it back here. Clark Peterson.
You mentioned 3 goals yesterday. I think he actually got 4, just was credited with the 3. Regardless, Victoria Shamrock fans have to be pleased that his stick is now starting to heat up.
Turning back around, King with a shot. It goes off the shoulder. Yeah, there's been a couple of miscues like that. For example, the game that Trent DeChico had a pair. He still only has the 1 on the board according to the game sheets. We know he got 2 in that one.
Oh, yeah.
Here's Longboat cutting around, takes a shot. That one whistles wide. The Minto Cup champ from 2017. His banner is at the end of all these banners here at the ILA. A whole lot of championships have been won by teams who make this arena home. Dipped inside, Peterson with a shot, stopped by Dougie. In transition, here comes Randy Stott's shot, stopped by Iroquois, and he gets blown up right after the shot. Slow to get up, and that'll be sent up the floor here for Peterson. Peterson, that one's intercepted. Back the other way, Martin. Lyle Thompson, back to Martin, tries to get it over, but just misfired on the pass over.
I think Martin was expecting Lyle Thompson to take that shot, wasn't expecting to get the feedback on the give and go.
Gauthier trying to get around Priolo. He had the nail in the coffin, if you will, last night. Messenger gets it over for King. Dipped inside, trying to find Wardle or Gauthier. They were both within the vicinity, but neither of them could get possession.
Victoria must be seeing something, trying to feed that middle of the floor. Coaches are getting quite acclimatized to both teams now. A lot of film, a lot of dissecting defenses. Unfortunately for Victoria, it's just Six Nations has so many tricks in their bags when it comes to defense.
Here's Smith. Malcolm will cut up to the far half wall. Into the corner he goes. Waits for a bit of a setup. Trying to cut around Rubish. 6 on the shot clock. Gets in behind the goal. Sent a shot in front, and it just skips in front of Dougie Jamieson. McLaughlin got around Jay. Jay with a bit of ferociousness there, trying to keep him to the outside. There's a shot by Jackson. He just missed. Bounces to the far side. Stotts getting tied up. And here come the Shamrocks the other way. DeChico wound up to shoot that one, but he gets crushed by Nungo Thompson.
Nungo Thompson dropped his stick almost immediately coming out of the bench.
Gauthier will hold on to it. Back over for Casey Wilson. Inside trying to find Dodds. He rips a shot wide. It goes into the rafters and out of play. Casey Wilson has had a very underrated performance in this Mann Cup.
He certainly has. He's made a name for himself every time he steps onto these big stages. I've talked about he played in the Worlds. He's the youngest player on Team Canada. He's played in 2 Minto Cups, now a Mann Cup. 6 points, 4 goals. Been a big fan of Casey Wilson's game this entire series.
Into the corner. Trying to cut out there is Longboat. Looks around, takes a shot. Iroquois with the save. It's underneath him. Up the floor come the Rocks. They have the 1-0 lead. A bit of momentum going the visitor side from British Columbia. Peterson. Messenger throws his man away. Peterson trying to cut through, gets the shot, he scores! What an individual effort there from Clark Peterson. It's 2-0 Victoria. But how about the effort from Mike Messenger to open that up?
And it all starts with Messenger crashing, banging, freeing up space for Clark Peterson. And then once Peterson sees daylight, here we go. There's one pick from Messenger. And an unbelievably smart play by Peterson, recognizes, splits through, puts his shoulder down. You call it an individual effort, no doubt the charge to the net individual, but kudos to Mike Messenger, partner, as you mentioned it, how huge his off-ball work was there for that goal. So
12 and change to go here in this first period, and Well, Victoria, as you mentioned, partner, they've been starting early all series, and they've started early here, and they do it again. Top cheese, Matthew Gauthier, 3-0 Victoria.
Jesse King up to 15 points now after getting this feed, but Gauthier 10 points on his Mann Cup campaign. And this is quick work. Wilson to the inside. Jesse King cuts through. He doesn't have a shot on the net. What does he do? He peels out. We'll get a real good look right here. Feed inside. Bam. In and out of the stick. Gauthier missed that one game, but every time he has been on this floor for Victoria, he has been an absolute game changer.
Yes, he has, and he has extended the momentum and extended the lead here for Victoria. Dane Smith looking to answer, finds Cody Jamieson. Dozen seconds on the shot clock. Cody cutting back around. Randy Stotts getting to his feet. He was knocked down. There's going to be a penalty here against Victoria. Stotts, shot off the shoulder and up and out of play. And I believe it's going to be that play where Stotts was knocked down. That's going to be called here. Cody Jamieson arguing with Bennett Smith, as Bennett Smith will have to sit for 2 or less on this one.
Yeah, I think Cody Jamieson might have actually been having a word with someone on Victoria's bench. Then mentions something to Smith. We talked about how Smith is no doubt one of the least favorite foes when it comes to Six Nations. He has been a pest all series long.
So the illegal cross-check getting called. Six Nations here on the power play, and they don't take long to score. A dozen seconds in, and look who it is. It's Lyle Thompson getting the Chiefs on the board here in Game 5.
9 goals for Lyle Thompson. This one couldn't be any easier for number 4. Catches it, goes low to low, and makes no mistake on that outside rip on the power play. 3-1 now the score.
Now, we talked about it, partner, all throughout the series and how special teams has been a huge difference maker in really every single game. It makes a difference right there as it shifts the momentum back to Six Nations way, and diving through the crease there was Randy Stotts, but he missed. 5 on the shot clock. Brendan Bomberry turns back around to Cody, shoots it right after the horn. And Cody's got to turn back around. The whistle's flying.
And Cody Jamieson's going to get, I think, an unsportsmanlike for that late shot. It definitely was after the horn, but real close for the official to make that call there.
So the first power play upcoming here for Victoria with 10:39 to go in this first period. Victoria with the 3-1 lead. Casey Wilson down low, finds his man. Malcolm back in. Peterson gets it over. Shot stopped by Dougie Jamieson. Malcolm up top. King finds Malcolm again. Malcolm over for Wilson. Back to Malcolm. Backhand pass. There's a shot by Jesse King. He stopped. Rebound is going to sail wide, and it'll go out of play. It'll be Chiefs ball here. Good possession there from Victoria, but you see it there, Pat. Victoria being kept to the outside. No room really to penetrate the inside.
No, the penalty kill for the Chiefs has just been so stout all series long. We have seen Victoria be able to have some success but it's got to be better.
Oh, Mike Messenger wallops Travis Longboat along the far side. Chiefs will get the ball with a fresh 30 to work with. They're shorthanded for the next 55 seconds. Dane Smith getting pressured there by Phillips. And Messenger will take the ball and move up the floor. Skips it over to Jesse King. As mentioned, his brother Marshall out for the rest of the series. Wilson up top for Malcolm. Malcolm looking for a screen. Dips it inside. Back to Jesse. Jesse backhand pass. Now there's a shot. The horn's gonna go. And here comes Tyson Bell.
Folks at the ILA feel like that was a similar play to what Cody Jamieson was handed with the unsportsmanlike for that late shot. They're not going to get that call, but they are going to get Cody Jamieson back on the floor, as we'll see a successful penalty kill.
Here's Shane Jackson in the corner. Finds Randy Stotton behind the goal. Tried a little dipsy doodle there to try to beat a Riglieri down low, but it's not going to do it that time.
Great penalty kill by Six Nations, but I really did not like the urgency that we saw from Victoria. Not a lot of off-ball movement. Would love to see them draw something up, try to get Six Nations moving out of their shape.
Dodds trying to find Wilson, but it was taken away. Thompson, number 19, feeding it here for Eli McLaughlin. McLaughlin coming along, turns around in the corner, up top, shot there by Lyle Thompson. It's ripped wide. It'll be Victoria ball on the reset here. 7:45 to go in the first. Victoria with a 3-1 lead. Jesse King cuts from the corner. Trying to find a bit of space. Creed chopping at him. Dodds, shot, stopped by Jamieson, and he holds on.
Great save by Jamieson. He reacted right away. Went down a little early, but it was the right read. Makes that big stop on Dodds.
Jeremy Thompson moving up the floor. Takes a shot, stopped, rebound, and Jackson was knocked down, but he stepped in the crease anyway. Cole pickup. Almost went going coast to coast there, but decides to peel off. Casey Wilson in for Dodds. Dodds with a shot, can't get it all away, and it's going to go into the corner. It did reach goal, so the shot clock was refreshed, but the Chiefs are able to gain the ball and move up the floor. Brian Cole. Dane Smith inside, trying to find Eli, but he couldn't get it. Now Longboat inside shot. He stepped in the crease, but he dove right through it. Almost had a highlight reel going over the shoulder. Peterson comes in. Peterson shot stopped by Jamieson. Peterson has had himself a phenomenal first period.
He's been all over it. We said it last night. Sometimes all it takes, and look at this forecheck. Relentless from Clark Peterson.
Now Randy Stott's getting pushed away. Randy inside for Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. Jackson gets it over. Back inside. Jackson gets tied up as he was going to the net. What a play there from Denton McDonald to keep it away from the veteran.
Yeah, NLL GMs will love to see that. Denton McDonald, one of the prospects in this year's draft on Sunday. We know we'll be hearing his name called. Just how early? Well, if he continues plays like this, he's only going to increase his draft stock.
You're hosting the show, aren't you?
I am, yes. Myself and Teddy Jenner will be on the NLL YouTube, Facebook page.
Should be a fun time. I might tune in for that. There's a shot by Priolo. It's going to be stopped by Origlieri. Maybe we'll tune in on two different items.
I was just going to say, even if you don't tune in, just put it on a device, walk away, just boost the numbers a little bit.
Exactly. That's how it works.
Love the first round coverage.
Wardle up top. Turning back around, 6 on the shot clock. That shot is blocked. Pickup had it knocked away by Edwards, and getting knocked down there was Derek Lloyd.
Thought that might have been a possession call. Looks like the officials are letting these guys play a little more than we've seen in the last couple of games.
Here's Eli, shot down low. Origlieri the save. Dallas Wade will pick it up. Wade up the floor. Finds Casey Wilson. 4 and change to go here in the first. Wilson gets it back. Up top, he finds Malcolm. To Jesse King. King onto his belly, can't get the full shot, and here comes Thompson the other way. Peterson getting on his horse to play defense. Thompson shoving him out of the way, takes a shot, that goes wide. Thompson knocked down in the process.
Look at the hustle from CP24. Clark Peterson has been all over the floor. Ton of chances, already has a goal, but where he has been arguably most effective is on the forecheck and the back check. You absolutely love to see that.
They're pressing here again, are the Shamrocks inside. That one's intercepted. Rubish up the floor, finds Martin. Martin has to knock that one down, and it crosses center, so it'll be Victoria ball. Defense has been quite the story here in this first period. Game 5, the series 3-1 in favor of the Chiefs. They are down by that score line here in this one.
It is remarkable how much of a blanket Kyle Rubish is out there. Just absolute suffocation.
Shot scores! Randy Stotts makes it a 1-goal game. You see a good play on defense, it usually turns into some good offense, and you see another example of it right there.
And Jameson's just going to find Randy Stotts, who doesn't have a lot of daylight between himself and the defender, but it's just enough. He catches it with that little crow hop shot, dialing back the clock, looking like his Syracuse days. That field style of shot.
McDonald will gain possession off the faceoff. He holds on to it. Randy Stotts from Cody Jamieson, both of them were out last night. They come back in and make an impact. Cutting out from the corner, there's a shot. That one missed. DeChico. Gauthier with the ball now. Circling around, backhand shot. That one stopped by Jamieson. Go Thompson will leave it here. Smith back here for Travis Longboat. Longboat looking, cuts to the top. There's a shot off the shoulder. Rebound picked up here. McLaughlin in behind the net. Longboat in the corner, up for Smith. McLaughlin takes a look. Bit of pushing and shoving as Smith knocks down Dane Smith. He's slow to get up. That one goes off ahead, and the whistle's gonna go. And you see some animosity continuing to brew, and look who else is in the middle of it. Bennett Smith getting in the face of Dane Smith.
And it's going to be Bennett Smith sitting down again. That's 4 penalty minutes in the first period. You love his ferocity, his intensity. But in an elimination game like this, you got to watch the line.
It's do or die for the Victoria Shamrocks. Throw all the cliches out there. They all reign true. That's why they call them cliches. You have to play mistake-free lacrosse from here on out.
They can't just keep giving this Chiefs team opportunity after opportunity.
McLaughlin knocked down, gets it over, has the wherewithal to find Lyle Thompson. Thompson with a shot, that goes wide, and the rebound's gonna bounce all the way back into the Six Nations territory. So 1:16 remaining here in this first period, as Victoria will look to try to kill down some time, maybe look for an opportunity. Malcolm turning back around, takes a shot, it goes wide. Rebound scooped up by Priolo. Gets away from everybody, finds some open floor, and he'll move up the floor and find Randy Stotts. Stone Cold Brian Cole finds Cody Jamieson. Back to Cole. Cole looking in behind the net. Back over for Randy. Up for Jamieson. Jamieson inside. There's a shot taken by Cole. He couldn't get the angle, and that's going to do it for the shot clock. DeChico up the floor shorthanded. 45 seconds to go. And 13 seconds left in the period. Peterson looking for a buzzer beater perhaps. 5 left to go. There's a shot by Wilson, and Dougie was there. And that is going to do it. A great early start for the Victoria Shamrocks. They gain a 3-0 lead, but Six Nations comes back with 2 of their own to make it a 1-goal game. You really like the energy from the Victoria Shamrocks in an elimination situation, but Six Nations, you know they're going to have that pushback.
Yeah, they always do. Maybe a little bit of an earlier pushback than expected that we're used to seeing. Six Nations doesn't heat up, usually until the second period that we've seen so far in this series. But if you are if you are a fan of Victoria, you got to be happy with the start. But as we've seen this movie before, the second period has been so vital. They have to continue that effort all the way through the next 20 minutes of play.
We'll take you through the first intermission after this. Stay with us. This is live coverage of Game 5 of the Mann Cup here on Rogers TV. Game 5 of the Mann Cup here on Rogers TV. It's the Shamrocks 3, the Chiefs 2. Mark Perry, Pat Gregoire here with you. First of all, they got the shot just before they went to us there. The crowd that is here tonight, I mean, the crowds have been great all series long, Pat, but Game 5, it's been next level. It certainly has. You can feel the buzz in the arena. When I pulled up in the parking lot, it was packed. It was rammed. Everyone knows that the cup's in the building. You can feel it, that it's here. But Victoria did a great job starting on time, kind of taking the buzz out of that arena, but 2 quick goals after by Six Nations kind of put that juice back into the ILA. What do you really feel was the turning point in that first period that kind of shifted things back into Six Nations' favor? Was it that goal, or was it maybe something else? I think it was the penalty that led up to the goal by Lyle Thompson, because it was quick. It was penalty, and then maybe 12 seconds into that power play, bam, it's in the back of the net. We know that Six Nations has such a deadly power play. We know that the offense is electric. We've seen it time and time again, not just in this series, but even dating to the regular season, dating to last year on their Mann Cup run. Very similar roster. 5-on-5, they're going to find their goals, but
you got to limit those chances, and you really, really have to do a better job of not taking penalties against this team, because it almost seems like it's just an automatic goal when they get on the man advantage. So I'd say limit those mistakes, limit the turnovers. You can't ask for a team to play a perfect game, but limit the mistakes and learn from those mistakes as well.
And the one thing I really like about that period, yes, you saw Smith go to the box a couple of times, but overall, and you mentioned it during the first period, Pat, you haven't really seen the whistles flying as much as we've seen in the last couple of games. And you know what? A lot of people are going to like that, in the sense that you can feel it with the officials that they don't want to be the ones to decide the end of the series.
No, certainly not. I mean, it's the Mann Cup, man. This is what these two teams have built up to. Leading into this series, a combined 4 losses between the two teams. The best 2 team in Canada, and to be quite honest, 2 of the best teams that we've seen assembled from the WLA and in Ontario Lacrosse and Major Series Lacrosse in years. These 2 teams are just littered with talent. You want to see the players on the floor decide the game. So when the offenses are so potent, and when this Six Nations team can score almost at will on the power play, you want to see the penalties limited. Keep the players safe, obviously. Anything, not between the whistles, they're going to call. So really like the way that the officials have established the game, because I do feel like the flow was taken out of the game the last 2 games with all the penalties in the first frame, and things kind of settled out. But really, you even talked to Dane Smith. Daryl had a conversation in the last game. He felt like the flow and the offensive rhythm was out of sync because of all the penalties, because of all the whistles last game.
And this is no offense to some of the guys that were in the lineup yesterday that are not in the lineup today, but I really feel like Randy Stotts and Cody Jamieson bring such an aura about them when they're on the floor, and I feel like they had a really good first period.
They really did. I thought Randy Stotts had a big-time jump, and I think that's why we saw them out of the lineup yesterday. It wasn't because they felt like those 2 guys weren't going to provide them leadership with offensive prowess. You name it. Those 2 guys have been at this level before. They've won Mann Cups. They've won NLL championships. They pretty much have won at every level that they've played. They needed a rest last night, and tonight it looks like they got the youth legs going. Cody Jamieson as well. He's got a little edge to his game tonight, and I don't love the penalty that was called on him, but you can tell he's ready. He's fired up. He wants to close this thing out.
And it could close out in 40 minutes, but Victoria will have something to say about it. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have the second period for you. Stay with us. This is Game 5 of the Mann Cup here on Rogers TV. Welcome back to the Game 5 of the Mann Cup here on Rogers TV. Mark Perry alongside Pat Gregoire. It is 3-2 Victoria as we enter this middle frame. And, as we've talked about, and as you mentioned off the top there, Pat, this second period throughout this series has been a make or break period for both teams.
I don't want to say it's been a game deciding period, but it certainly has been close. Last game, 8-2, Six Nations dominating as Mike Messenger wins the ball to himself.
Messenger with a shot, he scores! Short-handed, just 6 seconds in. Mike Messenger makes it 4-2.
This is exactly why the Victoria Shamrocks picked this guy up from the New West Salmon Bellies. Picks the loose ball up, takes it down himself, and then throws an absolute howitzer on Cage. The guy is a complete beast.
And it's interesting to note, he was pointless last night. Didn't have a goal, didn't have an assist. You have to think that he was hungry to get on the scoreboard. There's a shot, he scores. Eli McLaughlin responds in kind. 25 seconds into the period, 2 goals scored, 1 for each side.
And this just takes the sails, the wind right out of the sails for Victoria. This is nothing. And you can see right here at the top, Victoria so concerned with Dane Smith there, just gets a bit too tight. They pinch the top there, and it frees up enough space for Eli McLaughlin, one of the best outside shooters in the game, to find the back of the net.
Here's no Thompson trying to get around his man. Knocked down there by Messenger. He's slow to get up. It's underneath him. Who wants it? And possession is going to be going to Victoria, but a holding call looks like is going to be coming up here against the Shamrocks.
Yeah, Chris Williams, the veteran Ontario official, with the call on the hold on Messenger, as he trades off his face-off stick before he goes into that box. And sound like a broken record here, partner, but you cannot be successful if you continue to take penalties against this Chiefs team. They are going to make you pay time and time again.
Just look at the talent that's on the floor. Cole, backhand pass. Jackson finds Cody Jamieson to Randy Stotts. Back to Jamieson, fires, and that's stopped. Rebound goes in behind the goal. Longbow can't get possession, but Randy Stotts can. Cody back to Randy. Randy with a shot stopped. Rebound, and it bounces in front of Iroquois. He had to be extra careful there. Bennett Smith the other way, shorthanded. Leaves it here for the fresh Jesse King. My, oh my, how that could have ended up going sideways for the Shamrocks. Malcolm up top, ripped by Dodds. It goes wide. Jesse King now with it, has a bit of space. King shoots, stopped by Doug Jamieson.
Bit of a sloppy play there by Rubish. He thought there was probably less time on the clock, allowed King to pick up the loose ball, blow by him. Luckily for him, the big goalkeeper, Doug Jamieson, made a big stop.
Longboat up top, finds Lyle Thompson. Thompson gets inside, shoots, scores! Second of the game for Lyle Thompson.
And it's a 20-piece, 20 points in this Mann Cup, and not even in 5 games. And this is a complete individual effort. Takes the top side, nice pick sent by Smith, but too easy for Lyle Thompson. Scores his second goal of the game, his second one on the power play. Ties this game up at 4.
Lyle Thompson has been world class his entire career, especially coming here to Six Nations at the beginning of last season, and he has been a game breaker for them for the last 2 years, looking for his second Mann Cup in 2 seasons. Randy Stotson behind the net. Gets control, fends off the defender. He's still got it. Backhand pass, looking for Cole, cutting to the front. Cody Jamieson knocked it loose, and that's going to be sent into Six Nations territory, but Tim Edwards will come up with possession.
And chalk up the cause turnover to your captain, Cody Jamieson, with a great forecheck there.
Dane Smith has a bit of room. Smith shoots, kicked away by Iroquois.
Iroquois bailing out his defense there, just no backside help. You have to be aware when Dane Smith is on the floor.
They have a fresh 30 to the Chiefs. It's tied at 4. Longboat trying to evade pickup. Longboat still with it. DeChico picked on him. Now inside, McLaughlin shoots. It goes up high. And getting end-arounded there. A bit of a can opener on Shane Jackson. There's going to be a penalty here against Victoria. That was an old Brian McCabe can opener.
It was. It's going to be Derek Lloyd heading to the box. And once again, Six Nations with an opportunity here now, this time, to take a lead in this game. We'll get a look, and yep, no doubt, it's a can opener and a half Just a careless penalty with your stick there. You got to be better than that.
Long boat to Thompson. Smith looking for McLaughlin on the one-timer. He is stick checked there by Messenger. Smith now with it. For Lyle, gets it over and scores! Shane Jackson! First lead of the game for the Chiefs. It's 5-4.
Shane Jackson, 9 goals, 4 of them on the power play, and a couple of shorthanded markers to boot as well. Special teams assassin, and almost every single shot that he has scored has been that exact bouncer.
And you can see the emotion on the face of the coaching staff for Victoria as they take this timeout.
We saw Mike Simpson take a timeout after that run. I believe it was a 3 or maybe even a 4-0 run about midway through that second period, and they almost score off the draw, but then the play goes down the other way and Six Nations scores. No reply from your coach or from your team once your coach calls that timeout. We'll see if that can spark something here. We'll see if they can recognize that they got to stay out of the penalty box. They got to limit the turnovers. You're never going to ask your team to play a perfect lacrosse game, Mark. But when you play Six Nations, you make a mistake, 9 times out of 10, they're going to make you pay.
They made them pay right there. The Chiefs are on a 3-0 run. McLaughlin, Thompson, and Jackson. 3 goals in the last 3 or so minutes. And suddenly, the home side has the lead, and they have the ball here. Lyle Thompson up the floor. Cody Jamieson peels out from the corner. Finds Randy Stotts. Stotts inside. Lost the handle. Great play there by Cody Jamieson. And a knockdown by Messenger, and that is going to result in a Chiefs possession. As Jamieson and Messenger having a couple of words. Lyle Thompson. Thompson cuts through, takes a shot. It goes off a leg and out of play.
And Cody Jamieson just doing everything to try to give his team an edge to come out victorious here. Doing all the little things, sacrificing. He knows what it takes to win a championship.
Randy Stotts coming around, can't get the full shot away as he was knocked down by Jay. Got it to Jamieson though. There's a shot, it hits a body, and Origlieri has Cole jumping right in front of him. DeChico waits for his mates to get set up, gets it over for King. King getting mobbed there by Brad Cree. He's been all over on defense this series, has Brad Cree when he's been on the floor. Inside for Malcolm. Trying to feed it to King, and the shot clock's going to expire.
Yeah, it's going to be Randy Stotts. I think was in the penalty box before the whistle was even blown. He was tied up behind the play. Didn't see how it happened. When I saw the 2 players get up from the turf, Stotts was trying to plead his case that I think he accidentally got caught up with the Victoria player, but call's going to stand, and Victoria could really use a big power play goal here to get back into this game, tie things up.
It would surely be a momentum boost. Malcolm shoots, stopped by Jamieson. And this is where that defense has come to play in this series for the Chiefs as Priolo takes one down low. He's all right, though. McLean trying to push him across center. Priolo, though, comes away. Priolo inside, dives in. He sends it high.
McLean can't get caught stick chasing. You've got your man, a defender, on the timeline. You can push him over And even if you just hold him there, he's no threat to score. Instead, he tries to go for the strip and nearly causes a goal-scoring chance the other way.
Malcolm was peeling into the slot, couldn't get the shot away. Now here comes Smith. Smith gets it over, in, shot, scores! Smith finds the lagger, cutting to the net. McLaughlin makes no mistake, it's 6-4.
Dane Smith just going to pick up this ball, sees a streaking Eli McLaughlin. McLaughlin with a hard fake, far side, tucks it home on the inside, short side. Six Nations with the biggest lead of the game for them so far. Once again, Mark, mistake the other way. Here comes Six Nations capitalizing on that chance. Malcolm missed the ball right in the middle of the floor. Six Nations turned that into a transition the other way.
King with a shot, it's going to deflect out of play. It'll be Victoria ball, and what's the old saying? Mistake the one way, money the other?
I believe so.
Malcolm, down low. Here's Jesse King. Gets it over, but that one's going to be intercepted. Brad Cree shorthanded for the next 25 seconds. Holds on to it still, and is just content to kill off a bit of time and go off to the bench. Leaves it for McLaughlin. Travis Longboat. Jackson. Still along the half wall, goes right in front of his bench. Took one up high, but peels away. McLaughlin will just turn back around. They kill off the full 30, and that is going to do it for the penalty against Randy Stotts. Back to five aside, Jesse King. King has some room, he has some space, takes the shot, he scores! Oh, captain, my captain, Jesse King. It's a one-goal game.
Jesse King, just his third goal of this series, but up to 16 points, has been the facilitator, the quarterback for Victoria. This time, uses that big frame of his, face dodge. Takes a little bit of a funny bounce. I don't know if that went off a defender, but completely fooled Doug Jamieson. The Shamrocks bring this within one.
That's what you need from your leader. A 4-0 run for the Chiefs, and it's the captain cutting off the run for the Victoria Shamrocks. Here's Lyle Thompson, shoots, stopped by Origlieri. Mike Messenger charging up the floor with some speed. Finds DeChico, inside shot, scores! Tic-tac-toe, there you go, it's a tie game.
Hey Siri, show me perfect transition offense, because that's exactly what this is. Messenger picks off the pass, finds a man on the crease, DeChico, then sees Clark Peterson knocking on the back door. Ran just like a fast break, a three-man weave. They'll see in practice a huge goal by Peterson to tie this game up at 6.
You know, when I was talking with DeChico ahead of game one of the things that we talked about was, you know, what does his future hold? And, you know, we talked about, you know, possibly going to Stanford University looking for his master's. And, you know, I asked him about that because it was mentioned before, and he said, well, I really don't know what I'm going to do yet. He's going to find himself playing a lot of professional lacrosse in his future with plays like that.
I think he's got his master's in transition because the kid's got speed, skill. And it's been on full display here at the Mann Cup.
Shot by Dodd, stopped by Jamieson. Up the floor to Tim Edwards.
See, that's a take there. Don't love from Dodds. Fading away, takes that shot. But what I love seeing, he makes the mistake, goes back on defense, takes away the transition opportunity.
Longboat shot, kicked away, rebound. It's in front of the crease area. And here comes Victoria. The aforementioned DeChico. Along the half wall, tries to get around Jeremy Thompson. DeChico still with it. Fresh off the bench there was Wilson. Here's Malcolm with a shot. That one's gonna sail wide. It'll come right across the line, and Jeremy Thompson will gain possession. Finds Cody Jamieson. Backhand shot, and it's underneath Alighieri.
My goodness, that would have been a highlight reel marker.
Wow.
Victoria can't forget, Bomberry might be playing defense in this series. Guy's got a lot of tucks in that stick.
Yes, he does. King getting hauled down. That's going to be a penalty. Shot by Gauthier. That's going to go wide, and it'll go all the way back. The whistles are going to go, and it's going to be a holding call here against the Chiefs.
And these are the ones that they call a double here, because one, you've got 2 minutes now to kill a penalty, but you got the 2 minutes without one of your best penalty killers. It's going to be Rubish sitting down for 2 or less. Although, the one blessing of this Chiefs team is they have so many other options that they can roll out there. As it looks like Brian Cole's going to step up and take him. Here's that hold. And just a bit too much. As Rubish, you don't see him take too many penalties, even though he plays about half the game with just one hand on his stick. He's just such a master with that one-handed slap check. Just there, he gets it caught up with King, and that's a smart play by King. He recognizes the stick's tucked into him. He just goes to the net, feels that momentum, and gets pulled right to the ground.
Power play here for Victoria, tied at 6.
They've got Messenger out there now, working the top of the power play, trying something different.
Messenger shoots. That one's going to go high and doesn't refresh the shot clock, though it didn't go on net. Inside, another shot misses. Malcolm with it, rips it wide of the goal, and that's going to be a refresh of the shot clock. And the Chiefs will pull it back the other way.
Power play has just looked completely disjointed since Marshall King's come out of this series. I mean, he is such a great facilitator, normally plays the top of that power play. We know he's got a great shot, but since he's been out, they just haven't been able to find their rhythm, find their groove. We're going to have to find out soon here as they're running out of time here.
There's a shot. That one hits a body. Smith inside. Taking an arm there was McLaughlin, and he just missed. Lyle Thompson will pull out to some open floor. And Cody Jamieson's just content to play the waiting game. 38 seconds to go in the penalty, 10 on the shot clock here. Lyle Thompson cutting back in behind the goal, tries the diving play, and Alighieri covers the short side.
Doesn't matter where LT4 is on the floor, he's a threat to score as he takes flight there, tries the dunk move.
Will Malcolm plays pitch and catch, gets it back here, looking for a bit of space. There's a shot stopped by Jamieson, and the Chiefs will bring it up. That's going to do it. Kyle Rubish getting ready to step back onto the floor. He'll go straight to the bench. 5 aside with just under 8 minutes to go here in the second. 6-6 here in game 5. Randy Stott's in, and he just missed. We've been seeing a few diving plays from the Chiefs, but they just haven't been able to connect on them. Cole pickup. Cuts from the half wall. Finds Dodds. Now moving up and in was Derek Lloyd. There's a shot by Wardle. It's going to hit a leg. Malcolm getting taken into the boards. Malcolm loses the ball. Rubish protecting. And the Chiefs will bring up the ball here. Dane Smith, fresh off the bench. Fresh troops on here for the Chiefs. Smith, trying to play off his man. Turns around, Smith, up top, finds Lyle. Lyle waits, 6 on the shot clock. Inside for Smith, shot stopped by Iroquois. Up the floor, that one's almost intercepted by Lyle, but gets enough in the way of Denton McDonald.
Almost like a DB in football. You don't get the interception, but you cause the incompleted pass. We just didn't see him put the no hand celebration like we see a DB every single time a wide receiver drops a ball.
Hey, forget Revis Island. That was Thompson Island right there.
That's somewhere I would not want to play on a vacation. That's a nightmare for defenders.
That one's going to go wide. Sailed wide there by Randy Stotts. Down the floor it goes, and Mike Messenger is going to take the ball here for Victoria. Messenger will go in behind the nets. King has a bit of open space, cuts in, looks for some room. 12 on the shot clock. Big defense there from the Chiefs as King is forced to take a long shot.
Insane, absolutely insane defense. Help all over the floor. Jesse King basically had to throw a hope and a prayer from the outside to even get anything going there.
Smith against King. Smith inside shot and Iroquois with the save, but it looks like he stepped in the crease anyway.
Victoria getting lucky there. As Jesse King, an offensive player, getting stuck on an island with Dane Smith. Victoria's got to do a better job being aware of that, having that backside help, have that early slide ready to go.
Malcolm over. Almost gets the ball back. It's knocked loose. And it's going to go over the line. Kicking it ahead. Tim Edwards against Will Malcolm. Edwards will gain the ball here. It's Six Nations possession. Jamison yelling at his troops to get on the floor. Inside, and McLaughlin can't get full possession. Randy Stotts chopping at it. Here's Lyle Thompson, shot up high. End-to-end action. DeChico for pickup. Shot and score. No! Stopped by Jamison. Victoria remains with possession.
And they get a delayed penalty call as Andrew Ecclestone's hand is up on the far side.
I was looking, I saw Iroquois going to the bench. I was looking for the official. Who had the call? It's the official on the far side. Gauthier. Down low for Malcolm. Too far for that pass to get back over, and with 3:59 to go in the second, there's going to be a power play here for the Shamrocks. And it's going to be Cody Jamison that'll sit.
Yesterday, the call of the day was a slash. Today, it's the hold. They're really keying in on the holds, taking those clutching and grabbing plays that slow down these fast players from taking it to the net. So, you know, if you're an offensive player, you've got to recognize that. You know, it's not quite like the NFL where there's a hold on every single play. But when it comes to this high-level lacrosse, there's a lot of clutching and grabbing with these defenders. Try to use that as your advantage to try to draw something up.
So it's a bench minor that's actually being called for too many men. And it's going to bounce the other way. I think that's why you saw John Tavares in the edge of the screen there as the penalty was being called, and now there's whistles blowing everywhere.
Yeah, they're going to have a discussion here. Yeah, good catch there, partner. It is the too many men that was the call.
And now there's more contention coming from the Six Nations bench. There's a water bottle on the floor. So 12 seconds left on the shot clock, and here comes Will Malcolm. for King, shot, kicked away. And Priolo will move it up here for Tyson Bell. He'll just roll that back to Rubish. The PK on display here for the Chiefs. 3:15 to go in the second. Jackson takes a couple of hacks from Jay. Leaves it back here for Smith. Smith will just shoot it right into the body of Mike Messenger, and he'll just move up the floor. Halfway gone to the bench minor. Victoria looking to retake their lead. Wilson for King. King, backhand pass. Another backhand pass. Malcolm stepped in the crease, though.
Just a little bit careless from Malcolm. Getting just enough of his foot in the crease. Turns that ball over, and Six Nations now with a chance to pretty much chew up the rest of this power play opportunity for Victoria.
Lyle Thompson will get it to the far side for Jackson. Bouncing it inside. It's a loose ball, and Iroquois just going to scoop it up and bump it up. Preston up the floor. There's a shot. Wilson scores. Casey Wilson goes low on Doug Jamieson, and the Shamrocks have retaken their lead. It's 7-6.
And Tyson Bell beside himself, shaking his head as he has a rare defensive miscue as Wilson gets that that pass off the bench, comes through the middle, takes the shot, and Bell is covering Clark Peterson, which is normally a great thing to do, but he is face guarding him, not recognizing that it's going to be Wilson who's streaking through the middle and gets that shot off.
You don't see miscues all that much from one Tyson Bell. It results in a goal. Victoria will try again. They take the shot. It's stopped by Dougie.
And you know, even if you are Bell there, we'll get to that thought in just a second.
Smith gets it over. Shot stopped by Iroquois. Smith will gain possession.
Even if you are Bell there and you split two, maybe you have a chance to knock a pass down, force a bad shot from Wilson, but instead, you know, it just gives a clear-cut chance to Wilson, who since last night has been shooting the ball so consistently well.
Speaking of shooting the ball well, Longboat got it over for Smith. He shoots. That stop by Iroquois. Rebound, Bennett Smith, but it's going to be Chiefs ball.
And a good loose ball pickup by Bennett Smith. Just runs out of space, goes back into his crease. Six Nations going to grab possession here now.
Right off the floor, scores! Send the hats flying. Eli McLaughlin's got 3, and we are deadlocked at 7.
The same story continues. Mistake, convert. Mistake, convert. Victoria with a costly mistake. And like a shark in the water, they smell blood and attack as McLaughlin scores his 3rd goal of the game to tie this thing up at 7.
His 4th point of this game. Dane Smith, by the way, 5 assists. He leads the way in terms of points for the Six Nations Chiefs here tonight. Back and forth we go. Late stages of this second period. Here's DeChico. Gets it into the corner. Malcolm. Cuts out in front, leaves it in there. There's a shot by Wilson. It's steered away by Jamieson. Just 7 seconds separating the shot clock from the game clock. Out inside, Wardle with a shot stopped by Jamieson, and yes, it is in. Victoria celebrates. It somehow squeaked in, and the Shamrocks have taken their lead right back.
slow trickler finds the back of the net to beat Jamison. This is a beautiful set piece. As we saw Victoria try to do this, so we'll see here. I want to see if we can get a good look here. Behind the net, Wardle. I think he's in the crease before that ball crosses the line. I don't know about that one, Mark. I think he is in the crease before that ball crosses that line.
The old Isaiah Likely toe. Whistle's going to go, and here's a timeout being called here by the Chiefs, as they will draw up a play for the last 20 seconds of this second period. Well, we talked about it. Second period has been a huge period for both of these teams throughout this series. It's been an indicator on how things have gone in this series as well. Well, if this second period is an indicator of how this game is going to finish, don't change that channel.
Absolutely not. It's been just a back and forth bout, a heavyweight bout, as these two just exchange blow after blow. And Six Nations had Victoria on the ropes. They're able to get off the mat and throw a few counter punches of their own. Really replying after that timeout that Mike Simpson took. I really feel like they have replied. I will say this, though. This is still, I think if you ask Victoria, they still probably don't love their second period here. A lot of mistakes, a lot of miscues, but luckily enough for them, even despite a little bit of a helter-skelter second period, they can hold on here for 20 seconds. They might head to the locker room with a lead.
Dane Smith waiting it out. It's like a showdown at the Wild West. Who's going to pull the trigger at the end of this one? Cody Jamieson back over to Smith. He finds some room. Back to Jamieson. Shot. Shoulder save by Origlieri. And that will do it here for the second period. Well, the Shamrocks will go into the locker room with a slim 8-7 lead here in game number 5. What an exciting second period we had there.
It really was. The emotions were up and down for Victoria. At points, it felt like the game was about to slip from their hands, but a timely timeout call from Mike Simpson, the head coach of Victoria. And now all of a sudden, they hold a 8-7 lead heading into the third period.
You know, we talked about defense and just how much that has played a huge factor in this series. The stifling defense we have seen from the Six Nations Chiefs. One of the big players in that was Steve Priolo. He's also gotten in on the offense throughout this series as well. He joins Daryl Smart, floor side. Daryl.
Thanks a lot, Mark and Patty. I've got Steve Priolo with me. Steve, you knew the Victoria Shamrocks were going to come out swinging tonight. How did you guys, as a defensive unit, just absorb everything?
Yeah, we're trying to keep our composure. We're just trying to figure out what the refs are going to call, what they're not going to call. Too many men's are killing us. So it's just a matter of staying out of the box. I think if we can play 5-on-5 with these guys, then we can beat them. But we got to try to figure out what the rules are right now.
Just as you said that, what are some of the adjustments that you guys could make as a unit? Are you happy with the way that you and the rest of the defensive unit has played?
I'm close to happy. I'm not there yet. I think we can get a little more on-ball pressure, and then we can get a little more off-ball help. I think we're getting sucked out too far on the off-ball, so when they hit their bumps and rolls, we don't have any slide help. So if we could tighten it up a bit off-ball and get a little more pressure on-ball, we'll be in a better spot.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Good luck the rest of the way, Pri.
Yeah, thank you.
Back to you, Mark and Patty.
Thanks so much, Daryl. That was Steve Priolo. We're going to go to break. When we come back, we'll wrap up with that second intermission report. Stay with us. It is Shamrocks 8, Chiefs 7. This is Game 5 of the Mann Cup here on Rogers TV. Welcome back to Game 5 of the Mann Cup here on Rogers TV. The Victoria Shamrocks with an 8-7 lead over the Six Nations Chiefs. Victoria looking to hold on and extend this series to Friday, Game 6. That's when Game 6 would be. It would be 48 hours from now. The teams would get a break. Six Nations hoping things don't get that far. Mark Perry, Pat Gregoire here with you. You heard from Steve Priolo during that second intermission with Daryl, and I felt like he keyed in on a couple of things that he wasn't too thrilled with the Six Nations Chiefs, particularly on defense, and some things that could be cleaned up a little bit. What did you make?
Yeah, he really felt that, on ball they're not playing too bad, but they're not getting that backside help. They're not having those clean slides. So when they are in the two-man game, Victoria is able to slip to the middle. And I did notice, especially in that first period, they were really trying to feed the inside. But Six Nations was there with that backside pressure. So, Steve Priolo, the guy is a perfectionist. He wants his defense to be playing at a high level. He expects not perfection, but close to it. And basically the way that the defense has been playing this series, it's been really close. Just maybe getting a little over-aggressive on that backside. They're not getting that help. And I think a clear indication of that was that 2-on-1 goal where we saw Tyson Bell not really paying attention to Casey Wilson coming down the middle of the floor.
Well, that was one of many goals we saw in that second period. 10 altogether by my count. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from that second period of play. And again, you'll see some of this back and forth as both teams go to and fro.
And it started right away. Mike Messenger wins the draw to himself, takes it to the rack and scores that big goal. But almost instantly, it's Eli McLaughlin who's having quite the game. Scores that goal on the power play. And again, Lyle Thompson gets his second on the power play. Not a set play there, just Lyle Thompson recognizing a situation and taking it to the net. Surprise, surprise. Another power play marker, another power play goal from Shane Jackson. A near identical goal to what we saw yesterday. Again, not 5-on-5, but this time in transition. Eli McLaughlin gets his third goal of the game. As Jesse King would stop the bleeding here with a beautiful individual effort. Little face dodge, takes it to the rack, and brings his team closer into this lead. As Messenger, what a game he's having, Mark. 4 points, gets involved in that transition beauty. DeChico with the assist on Peterson's goal. And it wouldn't stop there as Casey Wilson scored a massive goal. But Eli McLaughlin coming up here. This is his hat-trick goal. Right off the bench, a beautiful bench seal set play. Frees up space for McLaughlin to score. But this is that little sneaker. Again, I feel like this might have and should have been a crease call. That's how we stand. 8-7 the score for Victoria.
And that's what you go to show with Victoria. That tenacity, that willingness to just not give up and roll over when the momentum is clearly swinging the other way. 4 straight goals from the Chiefs. Victoria swings back with 3 of their own and really ends up taking the lead. Going into the locker room, they have to be feeling really good about themselves.
Yeah, I think they're pleased that they have the lead, but I said it before we went to break. I still don't think that was a clean, and I don't want to say effort because the effort was there. The execution, there still was some sloppy play. There was still some undisciplined penalties, and there were so many times, whether it was a penalty, whether it was a bad turnover, a guy not coming hard off the bench in transition, whatever it was, whenever there was that big mistake, it turned into an even bigger one because Six Nations was able to capitalize. 20 minutes here, you got to bear down, not allow Six Nations to get that first goal. The first goal, it's so unbelievably obvious, but this first one in this period is going to be huge depending on which side ends up getting it.
It's 8-7 Victoria looking to extend the series. Stay with us. Game 5 coverage continues after this. The third period. Stay with us. This is the Mann Cup on Rogers TV. Welcome back to the Mann Cup here on Rogers TV. Already started here in the third period, and already a penalty call against Victoria. Jesse King getting called for slashing after they had themselves an early chance. There's a shot stopped by Iroquois. Rebound is going to be picked up here by the Rocks. Although Lyle Thompson knocks it into the corner, but here comes Mike Messenger, and that's going to result in a turnover.
It was Jesse King with the slash on Brad Cree behind the play. Very uncharacteristic, undisciplined penalty from the captain.
Dane Smith for Lyle Thompson. Back over, quick stick by Jackson, stopped by Iroquois. Rebounds knocked down, the loose ball. Messenger gets knocked down, still gains possession of the ball though. Lyle Thompson will get it right on back though. Great play by Jackson, knocking his man over. McLaughlin shoots, scores! The Liger is on another level tonight. He ties it at 8.
And this one all starts with the forced turnover from Jackson. They get the repossession. And there's only 3 bodies on the floor there as Bennett Smith thought they had possession. It's a slow, I repeat, slow trot back to the bench and just completely just out of sync, out of shape, out of character for Victoria.
Bell gets his stick in onto Chico, and I think Bell's going to get a call here. Penalty upcoming here for the Chiefs is Eli McLaughlin's goal announcement reigns through here at the ILA. What a crowd we have here tonight, looking to celebrate. There's a shot by Malcolm, it rips wide. Wilson takes a shot, and it's going to be blocked in front. A whistle's going to go, and there goes Bell to the box.
Yeah, just too much speed for Trent DeChico as here comes that hold. Yep, the grab there, high stick. And just his speed is so difficult to deal with. You got to keep your 2 hands on the stick and just try to match feet with DeChico, which is easier said than done.
Casey Wilson up top for Malcolm, finds King. Down low, Malcolm back to King. There's a shot blocked in front by Priolo. Gets his stick in the way. Shot by Wilson, another save. Rebounds in the crease, and Doug's gonna get possession. Rubish up the floor. Smith in transition, stretch pass, Cree! That one missed. That looked like Tom Brady to Randy Moss all the way up the floor, but Cree just unable to hit Pater to the top corner. Malcolm, Wilson, back over to King, back to Wilson. The captain, up for Malcolm. Malcolm shoots, kicked away.
Looks like Victoria just free balling out there, not really seeing a lot of off-ball movement.
King shoots, kicked away again, no. Didn't say you got a piece of it. Shot clock doesn't refresh, down to 16. Here's Wilson, can't get inside as Cole knocks him right down. But they're gonna say he stepped in.
It's actually gonna stay with Victoria for the off-ball push interference call.
Peterson, King flips it over, there's a shot. Oh, Whistler goes wide. Bouncer of a shot by King. Hops up high, and Nungo Thompson up the floor. He finds Smith in transition. Smith misses. As Iroquois gets the shoulder in there.
And he picks up the loose ball. What a shift from Nungo Thompson. Another one of the fan favorites inside the ILA.
Smith finds Randy Stotts. Stotts along the half wall. pulls in, finds Longboat. Longboat looking, shooting, and it's blocked in front.
You know, once again, I know I talked about how Marshall King not in the lineup. It really has hurt this power play. DeChico with a heat check there from the outside, gets his own loose ball. You talked about the chemistry with Malcolm coming. I wonder if you think of not having Malcolm on the power play. Go back to what was working before. I know he's a tremendous player, but the power play just not working. It's almost like he doesn't know the plays, maybe. And it's crazy to say because he's one of the best players in the game right now, but the power play is just not clicking. And they're not doing enough off ball. They got to do something different here. Especially with 15 minutes to go here in this third period in an elimination game at that. Something needs to give. Here's Lyle Thompson, and Victoria will gain the ball here. McDonald hobbles his way to the bench. Casey Wilson has Tyson Bell on him. Passed over for Malcolm. Malcolm cuts into the corner. Still with it, looking for space. One hops it. It goes off the floor, off the boards, and all the way down. And King getting upended there by Cree right in front of the bench. Lyle Thompson will start it off here with 14:29 to go in the third. Tied at 8 here in game 5. Jackson back for Longboat. He finds Smith. Smith over for McLaughlin. He's got the hot stick right now. Back over to Smith inside. It was blocked. Smith tried to knock it in deeper, but it'll be Cole Pickup to pick it right up. Wardle. He's just going to hold on. Wait for the setup to come. Gauthier to Wilson. Wilson inside. Peterson can't get the shot away. Priolo knocks him down. Cody Jamieson. Fresh off the bench is Brian Cole. He's got the ball now. That bright orange stick. It was working for him last night. What a game he had. Yes, it almost worked for Randy Stotts on that opportunity, but he just missed. Bounce back to Smith. 6 on the shot clock. He's got to get it away. He's getting held up. Smith shoots, stopped by Origlieri. Smith had a whole lot of attention on him as he rode right to the net, but he just could not beat the Victoria netminder. Dodds. He finds his man, Malcolm, loses the ball. Cree chops it out, and it's going to bounce out of play, but it's going to go off of a Chiefs player, according to the official. And the fans are not thrilled about it either. You can hear the boo birds. Dodds, skipper of a shot, misses, and it's going to go out of play. Would like to see Dodds take that a little more to the net. I like the idea there, but still so much open space to the middle of that floor. Give yourself a better angle on that shot. Lyle Thompson turning back around. Inside, Randy Stotts backhand pass. McLaughlin in, shot, scores! He has come through in big moments, and he has done it yet again. Travis Longboat makes it 9-8. $15 points now for Six Nations' very own. What about the behind-the-back feed? Doesn't connect with Jackson in the middle, but McLaughlin with the heads-up play. We'll see him on the back door, fakes the shot. And that's a guy who has 4 goals. Normally we'd see a player try to rip it and grip it there. Instead, he sees Longboat on the back. Preston trying to go back the other way, but he missed as he was knocked down.
The crowd in full throat here at the ILA. 12 minutes to go in regulation, and the Chiefs have the lead right back. The amount of lead changes we've had in this game, it has been a great one here on a Wednesday night. Jackson. Now Thompson can't get full control. Adam J will just move up the floor here for Victoria, settle it down and allow everybody to change. Peterson. Fresh off the bench there is Jesse King. Had Cree all over him. Dipped inside. Wardle can't get the shot away.
What a great slide for Biles there. Blocks the shot, finishes the hit. Another one of these unsung heroes on the back end for Six Nations.
McLaughlin, backhand pass. Nugo Thompson for Cole. Dips inside. Longboat. Longboat finds Stotts. Stotts can't get full possession. Wade chopping away at him. Same with pickup. Loose ball, and that's going to bounce off the iron. Off the iron, off a Wrigley. It's going to be Chiefs ball with a fresh 30. Cole for Smith. Smith gets inside, takes a shot, and Wrigley with the save. It'll go out of play, and another 30 seconds on the clock here for Six Nations. Back-to-back-to-back possessions as they retain the ball in the offensive zone. Jackson for Smith. Smith moves around, trying to find his man. Cody Jamieson now with it. Up top, that one's going to be intercepted by Messenger, and he'll just move up the floor. Mike Messenger, the Limestone U alum, gets it to his man. He goes to the bench. Dodds gets it over. Shot there by Gauthier, and a save made by Doug Jamieson. Martin up the floor with a bit of speed. He misses his man in transition, and it's going to go back the other way. Phillips got it up. Malcolm along the far half wall. Cuts in, finds Wilson. Wilson has a bit of space. Dozen seconds on the shot clock. Wilson shoots, stopped, rebound, picked up by Priolo. Steve Priolo up the floor, he finds Cree. He's got a couple of men going toward the net, but he's just gonna peel off. There is an aura, as they say, here at the ILA. It's being felt. Longboat, shot, stop, kicked away by Wrigley off of Randy Stotts, and a possession controlled there by the Chiefs.
What an unbelievable loose ball pickup by Lyle Thompson.
McLaughlin finds Lyle. Lyle trying to get around Lloyd. The two number 4s coming together there. Lyle Thompson with a shot. It bounces into the crease. Victoria looking to move up the floor. They're down by 1. Wardle. He's going to hold on to it here. Everybody getting set up in the offensive zone. Victoria looking to tie it. There's a shot off the... I believe that was either the crossbar or the post. Either way, it hit iron. May have hit the turnbuckle, if you will.
That was posted, whatever it was. Iron. Clung indeed.
Jamieson now with it. Jamieson looking, gets inside, gets the shot, he scores! Cody Jamieson comes up big. It's 10-8.
Cody Jamieson dialing back the clock on this play. Outruns his defender. Beautiful face dodge and his patented release with the twister. Finds the back of the... This is a guy that in championship games and clinching moments comes up big. And he comes up with a huge goal to give his team a 2-0 lead late in the third period.
All the championships he has won. The accolades he has collected, the NLL MVP from 10 years ago, the first overall pick to Rochester in 2010. Cody Jamieson has done it all. He has the insurance marker here in a series clincher.
3 NLL titles, an NCAA title, Minto Cups, Mann Cups, you name it. The guy just is a pure winner.
Scoop back, shot there by Malcolm, saved by Dougie. 7:10 to go. Thompson up the floor. Randy Stotts here for Jackson. Jackson looking around, gets it inside, shot, scores! Eli McLaughlin does it again. It's 11-8. And he's fired up.
5 goals for number 51. One of the best outside strokes in the game this time. Buries it from the middle of the floor on top of the crease. A great find from Jackson. And Eli McLaughlin is all sorts of fired up as he can taste the Mann Cup now.
Cody Jamieson will gain control off the draw. A 3-goal lead here for the Six Nations Chiefs. Brian Cole can't get around his man. He passes it over. Longboat in the corner, trying to get away from pickup. Longboat cuts up top. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Cole has a bit of space. Cole goes in, and Iroquois the save. Dodds will hold on to it. Gauthier up for Jesse King. King in for Wilson. Wilson shot. That one's blocked. Doesn't hit the net. Malcolm gets chopped at. It's still loose. Shot clock's going to expire, though. The hand is up. There's going to be a penalty here. It's going to be a slash. And based on the response, you can tell who that one's going against. It'll be Brad Cree sitting for 2. 5:55 to go in the third. Matthew Gauthier as they look to get reset. King for Wilson. Into the corner, trying to find Gauthier. Gauthier up for King. King waits, backhand pass, shot stopped by Jamieson. Dane Smith now. Smith on the near side. Dane will peel up.
Hey, partner, you've been saying that a lot this series. Smith has done such a... Almost the sock trick there.
They're looking for him, that's for sure. And Iroquois had to be careful. Eli was within the vicinity.
Just going to say, though, Bennett Smith done an outstanding job marking Dane Smith. Can't stop that guy. He can only hope to contain him.
Malcolm got it up. Jesse King. Gauthier got it into the corner. Trying to pass it up front there was Malcolm, but it's intercepted. Here comes Priolo the other way. Messenger's trailing him. Back here for Cody Jamieson. For Lyle Thompson. And he's just going to settle it down. 30 seconds left in the penalty. 12 on the shot clock. Thompson in no rush as he milks this clock down a bit. There's a shot, it goes just wide as the shot clock was getting ready to expire anyway, and Peterson's gonna gain control. Clark Peterson. Wilson bowls over Tyson Bell. Malcolm, shot, that one's deflected wide. Rebound, stopped by Jamieson. And a bit of a knockdown there, Priolo. An extra shove there on Gauthier. And Bell will send it up the floor and go off to the bench. Shane Jackson with the ball. Gets it over for Cole. Cole back to Jackson. He's just going to turn around. 3:35 to go. Dane Smith now. Smith cutting inside. Takes a shot. Rips it down low. It misses the net. And Victoria is going to gain the ball. Time continuing to become the enemy of the Victoria Shamrocks as they decide to pull a Riglieri. 6 attackers on the floor here for the Shamrocks. Their season on the line. Dodds finds Wilson, quick stick, and he scores. That's Will Malcolm on the doorstep. And it's a 2-goal game. And you're going to see the transition there again. Just the way they're able to move that ball around with the extra man. You see the stance there from the Chiefs. They're trying to peel them to the outside, but just a good job of finding a man on the inside. Malcolm just slides in there from behind and is able to get it by Doug Jamieson. 3 minutes to go. There's still a bit of a deficit that Victoria needs to work through if they have any hope of survival beyond tonight. Jackson gets it over to Smith. Smith looking, shooting, skips on a Riglieri. He makes the save. And he's gonna go right back to the bench once Preston gains across the line. He does. There goes a Riglieri. Peterson holds on to the ball, leaves it there for Gauthier. They would love to have just a quick one here to have a little bit more time. There's a shot. It goes just high and wide. A whistler there from Jesse King. That's going to be knocked down the floor. Charging away at it is Cree. Cree, one hand. He's knocked down, and it's going to roll just wide. Clark Peterson with it now. Under 2 minutes to go here in the third. Gauthier to King. King got it inside. Stifling defense there again. That one sent on goal and it hits the post. Looked like Dougie may have gotten just a piece of it, just enough to reset the shot clock, and that is going to go back the other way. Thompson looks, shoots, scores! It's pretty much academic now. A 3-goal lead. Nungo Thompson makes it 12-9 as he celebrates with Tyson Bell. They can smell it in the air here at the ILA. An 8th Mann Cup is just a minute and 29 seconds away for the Six Nations Chiefs. What an effort from the Victoria Shamrocks here in this series. They have bounced back, but the Six Nations Chiefs with that counterpunch continue to just be a little too much. Riglieri back to the bench. A minute 15 left. Victoria not going down, lying down though. There's a shot by King. It's going to be stopped. It'll go into the screen and out of play. There's going to be a cross check called on the floor. Jeremy Thompson's going to serve it here for Six Nations. So they'll have an extra man to work with, will Victoria. Expected to be 6-on-4. Origlieri, actually, it's going to be 5-on-4. Origlieri is going to go back into the net. No, he's going to go to the bench. Backhand pass. King looks, shoots. That one is going to miss. It goes off a body. King, Malcolm shot. That one misses. Bell up the floor. It's loose. Here comes Priolo the other way to ice it again. He does. Steve Priolo into the yawning cage to make it 13-9. The fans out of their seats, having a good time here tonight. As Priolo gets his first of the game. A 4-goal lead with 40 seconds remaining. DeChico finds Malcolm. Victoria playing for pride here, just maybe getting a quick one to try and make it even closer. Malcolm will scoop it up. 23 seconds to go. Inside, Peterson misses it. And Thompson will gain possession. He'll throw it all the way down the floor. It remains in play though, 9 seconds to go. You can celebrate, Six Nations. The Chiefs are the Chiefs of Canadian Senior A Lacrosse. The Six Nations Chiefs repeat as Mann Cup champions. The celebration begins on the floor as the Six Nations Chiefs have just won their 8th Mann Cup. And their 2nd in consecutive years. But what a game from the Victoria Shamrocks. Yes, it only went 5 games. But the Victoria Shamrocks gave the Six Nations Chiefs everything they can handle. And Pat had noted all throughout this series that, you know what, the name power might be in favor of the Six Nations Chiefs. They might have more household names than the other, but give these Shamrocks credit and give those names a couple of years. Those are going to be some household names that you're going to be thinking about as some of the best in the world. Some of them are already in that conversation. As you see the swag being given out. The Mann Cup is on the floor. See Cody Jamieson in there, giving a thumbs up to this capacity crowd at the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena. All the hugs. All the joy. The tears flowing on the floor. It's jubilation being felt by Six Nations players, the staff, the organization all together, the fans that have packed this arena as you see the handshakes. Always a great tradition at the end of a hard-fought series. You look back at this game, game number 5. It was Victoria with the lead going into the third period. 6 goals for the Six Nations Chiefs in that third, including a couple with the yawning cage to ice it. Eli McLaughlin, 5 goals, 2 assists, 7 points. He led the way for the Chiefs here tonight. Lyle Thompson with a 5-point night. Cody Jamieson, a goal and 3 helpers. Dane Smith, 5 assists. You see there, John Tavares in the handshake line. It takes a lot to put together a team with this much talent and get them to buy in. Tavares, Dwayne Jacobs, the coaching staff, the front office staff all together putting everything together. And the Six Nations Chiefs, an undefeated regular season. They lose just 3 games in 2024. And what a week we've had here in Six Nations. Doug Jamieson will get the W in net for Six Nations. Origlieri will be tagged with the loss. Mike Messenger led the way for Victoria. Player of the game honors getting set to be given out here on the floor. Let's take the floor side and see who gets those honors. There you see him, Clark Peterson. 2 goals on the night, and he was everywhere in this game. Offense on defense. And no surprise, the Liger, Eli McLaughlin. 5 goals. And what a 12 months Eli McLaughlin has had. He had a career high 93 points with Colorado last season in the NLL. Transitions right over to the MSL. And has been a difference maker. He was a difference maker here tonight. Let's turn it back to floor side.
For your Six Nations Chiefs, number 4, Lyle Thompson.
20 points for Lyle Thompson in this Mann Cup. He is the series MVP. Counted on to come up in big game situations. And he did it again and again and again. Now we'll have the medals being given out. The captains stepping up to the table at center.
And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, your 2024 Mann Cup champion, Six Nations Chiefs.
The celebration is on the floor. Cody Jamieson, the captain, lifting the Mann Cup. 114 years of storied history. And it's handed off first to Randy Stotts. Pat's floor side. He's got Dougie Jamieson with him. Pat.
Joined by Doug Jamieson, earning the victory here today, but the big victory, another Mann Cup for you. This time, though, on home floor in front of this community. How much more sweeter does it make it?
I mean, it's special. I've never seen it this packed, and to play in front of this crowd and win it here with this group of guys, it's amazing. You
mentioned the group of guys. You look on that offensive side of the ball. Future Hall of Famers, NLL MVPs, All-Stars, but the back end here this series really stepped up and able to stifle a very strong Victoria team. What was it like having that defense in front of you?
Yeah, those guys are unreal. There's a couple I wanted back tonight, but they kind of held me out through that, and the offense got going in the end, so it was huge.
Last one here. Can't not forget Warren Hill, you two guys sharing the net. What is the relationship like between you two?
It's such a special bond to do this 2 summers in a row and just rotate. I think we kept up the rotation the whole time. We've never had to go off it, so that's pretty cool. I kind of wish he would have got to play it in the deciding game here, but because I did last year, but that's the way it goes. Warren played awesome. He was unbelievable.
Thank you. Enjoy the victory, and congratulations again. Mark, back to you.
Thanks so much, Pat. You saw there Doug Jamieson, he and Warren Hill, a big difference in the net. Shared MVP honors in the Major Series Lacrosse final. And what a difference they made as the cup is shared around. Brian Cole, stone cold Brian Cole, lifting the trophy now. He'll be off to represent Canada in Utica later on this month. Pat's floor side yet again. Pat, who you got?
I'm here with the Isla McLaughlin, the game MVP. 5 goals here tonight, but the big victory obviously securing this Mann Cup. How special is it here, winning in front of this great community?
Oh, it's amazing. It's, I came here this summer to do one thing, and to accomplish that, it was my first one. Great group of guys. Couldn't ask for a better situation. We gritted that win out. I mean, they came out hard. They had nothing to lose, and we just, we kept coming, knowing what was coming, and we got the win, so ecstatic.
I know it's really hard to compare championships, but you've won an NLL Cup before. First Mann Cup for you. How sweet is it here tonight?
I don't know what to say. Like I said, this is what I came here for. This is what I came here for. I've been dreaming of this forever. This is my first shot, first one. And I'm just going to have so much fun tonight.
1-for-1, not too bad, I have to say myself. One more quick thing. On the offense, you guys clicking all season long, but the defense, the amount of studs that you guys had back there, a little bit of an unsung hero. How much more confidence does that give you guys knowing that your goaltender and your defense can hold down the fort to allow you guys to find your momentum?
Yeah, I mean, that's huge. So, we obviously, that whole series we started slow, and, we knew they had our back, and they knew once we got going, we're unstoppable. So a huge confidence booster, and it obviously paid off this series, as you can tell.
Thanks so much, and of course, enjoy the victory.
Thank you.
Mark, back to you, buddy.
Thanks so much, Pat. Eli McLaughlin, again, what a difference maker here in this game in particular. A 7-point game to wrap up the series. And I think Pat's got somebody else. It looks like he's got Brendan Bomberry down there. Yes, he does. Pat, over to you.
Thanks, Mark. I do have Brendan Bomberry here, Mann Cup champion. You won last year with this group. How much more special does it feel in this arena in front of this community?
Can't explain it. Having, your family here, the people you grew up with, the whole community support, it's the best feeling in the world, and you can't beat it.
You talk about that community support, a guy that's been around this community for a long time. Cody Jamieson, the captain of this team, wears a letter alongside you. It felt like here tonight he stepped up his game even more. A lot of those little hustle plays. What's it like seeing a guy like him getting up in age, still giving it 110% in a clinching series game?
It's amazing. He's a legend for a reason. We follow as he goes. And, when he's going, making those plays, it gives you an extra boost, especially when you're that's your leader. You give it everything you got.
There's so many different players on this offense, on this team, all-stars, future Hall of Famers. You yourself play more offense in the NLL. This year, this series especially, playing more a defensive role. What was the decision for you to go back and play a little more transition?
Oh, it's easy. I do anything for this team. If they want me to step in goal, I do it. Anything for this team, anything for this community. You got to love being a Chief. There's absolutely no egos in there, and everyone just wants to win, right? And we're going to do anything we need to do, and that's what we're going to do.
Thank you so much, and enjoy the victory.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You heard it there yet again from Pat Gregoire, and you heard it there from Brendan Bomberry. 2 words keyed in on that conversation: no egos. Everybody played their role, and they did it to such a T and got themselves to where they are today. A packed ILA. Everybody's on the floor celebrating this victory, lifting the cup. And it should be noted, too, the Six Nations Chiefs remain undefeated at the Mann Cup. They have never lost a Mann Cup series. They are now 8-0, dating back to 1994. The run 3 straight to 96, 2014, 2013, 2016. A whole lot of championships, and they got one more to add here. Pat Gregoire's got another man with him. Pat, take it away.
Thanks, Mark. Here with Travis Longboat. Travis, Mann Cup champion. How does that sound?
Sounds amazing. I've watched so many great players come before me and hoist this trophy. And it's a very special moment, especially in my hometown. This is very surreal for me. Love it.
You're one of these players that when you score a big goal, pick up a big loose ball, this crowd erupts. The energy in this building, especially tonight, how much did you personally feel and feed off that momentum?
Oh, it was a tremendous amount. Like, most of my family came here to support me, so that means a lot. And yeah, I feed off this. Once we have momentum, it's hard to stop us.
This offense, there's future Hall of Famers. There's former NLL MVPs, NLL All-Stars, and you would never be able to tell because there's no egos in that locker room. How much a testament is that from the coaching staff to have all you guys bought in?
Right from the beginning, they encouraged everyone to shoot the ball when they were open. So there was the egos were checked directly at the door, and yeah, we like meshed together over time. But it's a great feeling, sharing the ball. Anyone can score any given night.
Last one for me. You played on this very floor as a Junior B Rebel. Did you ever think in your wildest dreams that you would be a Mann Cup day with the Six Nations Chiefs?
No, like it just happened. I stuck with my training and just tried to believe in myself. But yeah, I never thought I'd be here today, so it's pretty sweet for me.
It's sweet indeed. Enjoy the victory, and again, thank you for your time. Congratulations on the win, Travis. Travis Longboat, back up to you, Mark.
Thanks so much, Pat. 7th straight Mann Cup for Ontario. The last time a WLA side has won a Mann Cup, it was the Victoria Shamrocks back in 2015. Since then, it's been either the Six Nations Chiefs or the Peterborough Lakers to lift that historic trophy in the air at the end of a long season throughout the summer. You saw the shot of the banners there as we talked about, and now an 8th championship they can add onto that wall. And this community is full of champions no matter what level of lacrosse you're looking at. You see Minto Cup champions, you see Founders Cup champions on the board as well. Dane Smith now is floor side. He's racking up a few trophies in his trophy case lately. Pat, down to you.
Thank you very much, Mark, here with Dane Smith. Dane, you said in the NLL when you caught your coach, John Tavares, that you didn't care about the stats. You wanted to catch him in championships. You're starting to get close. How sweet is this, winning another Mann Cup, adding to that already impressive resume?
It's amazing. You know what? Last year, the guys gave me a hard time about just showing up and winning a Mann Cup. They told me, does it feel better earning this one? It sure does. My body might not say the same, but yeah, I just want to keep winning, and this is a great team. Victoria gave us everything they got, and they're a great team over there as well, so it was a fun battle.
I know you are not from Six Nations, but you've been around this group for a long time. You've been around this community. How important is this victory for everyone in this building and in the community?
It's amazing. You know what? Lacrosse brings everybody closer together, and to see all these fans show up, win or lose, it's amazing to see. And again, they've been a backbone all year, and it's pretty cool to pack the house. You're seeing all these kids running around, have sticks in their hands. They love it. They watch the game, and it's pretty cool to see.
There's future Hall of Famers, former MVPs like yourself in that offense, but you would never be able to tell because the ball is always shared. That's got to start at the top with their coaching staff. How are they able to get you guys all to buy in and share for that one cause?
Yeah, it's tricky, but at the end of the day, it's we put our egos aside. We want to win, and we can pass up shots. We're so talented, and at times when we're struggling, it's my turn. But when we come together, it's hard to beat us.
Hard to beat indeed. Now off to Utica to win a gold medal. That's got to be the next one, right?
Yeah, that's amazing. Rest for a week and then right back at it. But I'm looking forward to enjoying tonight. And then, again, we're in Utica in 1 week. It's a quick turnaround.
Rest up, enjoy this victory, and we'll see you in Utica.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Mark, back to you.
Thanks, Pat. They might as well just take a bus down to Utica with everybody on that team. About 90% of these players that have just won a Mann Cup will be off to Utica to represent either Canada, the United States, and the Haudenosaunee Nationals. 12 Haudenosaunee Nationals are on this Six Nations roster. It's just unbelievable, the talent. And you heard it there from Dane Smith, no rest for the weary. Maybe a rest for about a week, and then right down the Utica, just over across the border to try to win a gold medal. The celebration ongoing here at the ILA, but we have to get going. Thank you so much for joining us here for the Mann Cup, for Pat Gregoire, for Daryl Smith, for everybody that put us on the air over the last week here on Rogers TV, over at Cable 14, everybody tuning in. My name is Mark Perry saying thank you so much for watching, and we will see you back here at the ILA in 2025. Mann Cup champions, the Six Nations Chiefs here in 2024.